Hello everyone. Today we are going to present our science project. We chose the Sahara Desert for our ecosystem. Uh, the presenter are Jang, Kenneth Budyanto, Putra Angga.
So Sahara Desert is located in North Africa. Definition: the Sahara Desert ecoregion is a largely barren landscape speckled sparingly with oases and transient green space that only appear after rare rainfall. And why did we pick this ecosystem? Because we think that this ecosystem is quite interesting. The living component of the ecosystem. And these are the living components of our ecosystem. Our ecosystem has native, invasive, and extinct species, as well as decomposer. For the extinct species animal, we have western black rhino, pupil hartebeest, African lion, skimmer horned oryx, and demogazole. For the decomposer, insect, beetle, earthworm, and millipedes. And for the fungi, it's mushroom. And for the microorganism, it's a bacteria. Invasive species animal, crazy ant and brown mushroom. And for the plants is mustard plants and tamarisk plants. And for the native species animal, it's fennec fox, sandpiper, dead stalker scorpion, African wild dog, gazelle, dromedary camels and goats, Saharan cheetah, attacks antelope, jerboa, sandcat, and eagle owl. And for the native plants, Labyrinth olive tree, mesquite tree, dome palm tree, Sahara love plant, desert thyme, date palm tree, and acacia tree.
The non-living component of our ecosystem. 1. The sun energy. 2. Water. 3. Air or atmosphere gases. 4. Sandy and rocky soil. 5. Massive sand seas, sweeping sand dust, dunes, and wind sweep flat area of sand. 6. Mineral and fossil.
So this is the food web in our ecosystem. So our producers is outlined in red, and as you can see in our examples is 1. Acacia tree, 2. Date palm, and 3. Tamarisk plant. Now our primary consumers, which is the yellow outline, is an antelope, gazelle, camel, jerboa, rodents, and insects. Now, our secondary consumers, and outlined in the green right here, is a scorpion, sandcat, fennec fox, and a snake. And our tertiary consumers in our food web here is outlined in blue, which is a cheetah and an eagle owl. Now, the animal adaptation for our ecosystem, we chose the species of an animal named the fennec fox. Now, what it eats: in the wild, fennec foxes eat insects like grasshoppers, small rodents, lizards, and birds and their eggs. They also consume roots, like they eat like roots of like plants, trees, like fruits and leaves as well, helping making them hydrated because like fruit has water in them, a lot of water. So what it eats it. So fennec foxes have very few predators, but technically like bigger predators, they tend to eat fennec foxes, like for example hyenas, caracals, jackals, and domestic dogs. They're known to eat them as well. So in the habitat, it lives within the ecosystem. So fennec foxes inhabit North Africa, North Africa, spanning the Sahara Desert and extending eastward to Sinai and Arabia. They thrive in the sandy deserts and areas with desert grasses or scrub vegetation in the desert. They live in complex, dense upper rows which they dig themselves. So they dig like holes so that they can live in it. That's what I'm talking about. So How they are adapted to survive in their environment. First, fennec foxes may have many desert adaptations, including fur-covered feet, heat-radiating ears, and pale fur that offers excellent camouflage in the sand. Now, why is excellent camouflage in the sand really like important to fennec foxes? Because of predators, they can spot them easily if they don't have any camouflage. So yeah, that's their adaptation. Now here's more additional answers. How its actions other than feeding affect other organisms or non-living parts of the ecosystem. Now, fennec foxes pose no significant harm to humans or their livestock. In reality, they play an important part in controlling rodent and locust populations. Rodent overpopulation directly threatens the ecosystem and agricultural cultural crops. So basically, like fennec foxes is used to like control the population of things. How other organisms and non-living things affected other than feeding. Commercial hunting and trade, habitat loss and climate change, and hit by a motorcycle. Now, the plant adaptation for our ecosystem, we chose the species acacia tree. Now, in appearance, acacia trees can be either large trees or low-growing shrubs with delicate fern-like leaves. What eats an acacia tree? Domedicamo. How its actions other than feeding affects other organisms or non-living parts of the ecosystem. Acacia trees and their liquids can help restore green in deserts and preserve local biodiversity. Trees provide feed and shade for cattle, but they are also a true home for other bird species and generally beneficial to the habitat for plant biodiversity. How it's adapted to survive in this habitat. Acacia trees have flaky roots that allow them to reach water buried beneath the ground. They also have tiny leaves which limit evaporation. The acacia tree's roots may store up to 120 liters, which is 32 gallons of water. Its long, deep roots allow it to access water sources.
Conclusion. In conclusion, the Sahara Desert has many living components, even if it is scorching hot, like animals and plants that also play a part in food chains as webs. We can classify most of these living components as native, invasive, or extinct species and decomposer. This ecosystem also has non-living components like water and the sun's energy. There are also many ways the species can adapt to their ecosystem. Thank you for listening to our presentation. I hope you learned something new about the Sahara Desert.